Got me? And so God sent a woman to him named Shanu, and it's actually inscribed on the wall where you see her taking fruit from a tree to give the Pharaoh to eat. Europeans saw that and made it the forbidden fruit, where Eve took an apple and gave it to Adam. Yes, that's true, family. The Adam and Eve story never existed either. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at page 19. I know I may be out of time. I got to finish this here. Page 19, section 6. And Pharaoh Ramses II. Wow. His spiritual name was Ursa Ma'at Ra Setepen Ra Rametsu Meriamen. He actually lived, brothers and sisters. This is a historical figure. If you notice when you read about Pharaoh in the Bible, it doesn't tell you a name. It just says Pharaoh. And God said to Pharaoh. That's like saying, and God said to president. Pharaoh is a title. Pharaoh who? Just like the story of Jesus, the baby Jesus, and Herod. What Herod? What Herod? It don't tell you his name. That's a title. And because they use these titles, we think it's legitimate. Am I making sense, y'all? And Pharaoh, Ramses II, surrounded on the battlefield by his enemies. Surrounded by who? His enemies. And greatly troubled. This Pharaoh that the Jews taught us was an anti-God man. This Pharaoh who the Jews told us did not know God. It tells us he prayed. And he says, in his time of trouble, now I call on you from the ends of the earth, O Amen-Ra. All that I have done was for the love of you. O Father Amen-Ra, I cry out to you, for I am in the midst of my enemies, and the whole of this land is against me. I am alone, and my only defense, for my many soldiers have deserted me. Wow. Look at the person nearest you and say, what do you do when those who are supposed to stand with you desert you? What do you do? Well, you do what Pharaoh Ramses did. Notice what he says. He says, my chariots refused to remain with me. Though I called out to them, there was none who responded to my call. Now I cry to you, O Ra, and I find that you, Ra, are more helpful. Good Lord have mercy. I find that you, Ra, are more helpful to me than millions of soldiers, more than hundreds of thousands of chariots. You're more helpful to me than more than thousands of brothers and sons all put together. Now, this sounds to me like somebody who knew God. Am I making sense, y'all? You can't say no stuff like that, man, unless you done been through something. You can't say no stuff like that unless you've been down to your last. When I told y'all a little earlier, when you ain't got nothing left but God, you got enough to start again. I wasn't making that up. I know what I'm talking about. When there's nowhere to turn. I think about the nights I sat in a prison cell, man. Nobody to talk to but bolts in the ceiling. Then said Pharaoh Ramses II, now, though I prayed in a distant land to you. You know what, y'all? I just got to drop this. Some of you here might not be able to tap into what I'm saying. But brothers and sisters, believe me when I tell you this. There will come a time, if you have not experienced this already, where you will feel like you are completely lost in a wilderness, in a state that ain't in America. you won't know where you are based on how you're feeling. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. No matter who you call, they can't tap into where you are at that moment. I mean, you are out there somewhere, man. And when you, it's at that time, when the God that I'm talking about will come, knock on your door and say, you know what? I just stopped by just to let you know I'm holding on to you. I just want you to know that I allowed you to get to, good Lord have mercy, I allowed you to get to this point where you are right now just to remind you that you can't make it by yourself. I allowed you to get as low as you can get to remind you that you ain't bad as you think you are. Can I get an ashe for anybody know what I'm talking about? God will allow you to get so low you got to look up to look down. You feel like you're about to lose it all. And that's when you find out that God is still holding on to you. That's why he says, though I prayed in a distant land, my voice resounded on southern arm. I found that Amun-Ra came when I called to him. He gave me his hand, and I found my heart strong and full of joy. And notice the last sentence there. And everything that I did succeeded. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. I have to say it like my parents used to say it now that I got it right. Now that I got it accurate. Call him in the midnight hour. Oh, shucks now. He will answer prayer. Call him when your friends leave you. He will answer prayer. Call him when you don't know what to do. Guess what, y'all? He will answer prayer. I'm going to teach y'all that song. It's a real simple song. It goes like this. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. Oh, call him when you're by yourself. He will answer prayer. If you call him when you're by yourself, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. Oh, call him, he will answer prayer. If you call him, he will answer prayer. Y'all got it? Oh, yeah. Now, you know what's really deep about that? And I close. What's really wonderful about that? That's such a simple song. I promise you. Some of y'all are going to be singing that all week. Sing it. When you're driving your car, sing it. If you call on Amen, woo, he will answer prayer. When you're in the bathroom and things ain't quite coming out right, sing it. Sing it. That's right. Go ahead, sing it. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm serious as I can be. Yeah. Family, thank you for listening to me today. Ashe. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. If you call on Amen, he will answer prayer. Oh, call him when you're by yourself, he will answer prayer. If you call him when you're by yourself, he will answer